one of the things that we're going to be doing is that we're going to have we're going to dedicate resources to cyber investigations. And one of the things I'm going to be doing very shortly is we're going to be sending resources from the Baltimore County Police Department to the FBI to be trained equally to that of the FBI agents in terms of cyber investigations and stuff like that, so that we'll have that capability in the Baltimore County Police Department. So when something happens, we can respond to the businesses, to our citizens, to our schools, to our financial institutions, and be able to, day one, when that attack happens, be able to respond to that and protect our critical assets in Baltimore County. So I'm really excited about that, and really excited about where we're going in terms of the police department. So with that, questions? You've talked to me 15 minutes.
Well, I'm hoping to finish.
You gotta wait. Okay.
My camera's going to run out.
For the record, we're friends. So
my camera's going to run out. So
I'll give you one question.
Okay, that's fine. So I was at the high store and I talked to Pat about this, and Dave from the FOP. At the last meeting, we talked about
retired Colonel Dave.
Yes, I am. And thank you for coming back from retirement. You're doing a great job. So was in the high store. I was in the high store and 15, 20 kids came in and they were grabbing stuff off the shelf. And the person, it was myself and the cashier, a young girl, was working there, and she came to the door and said, "These guys aren't coming in." Well, somebody put their foot in front of the door and their knee, and next thing you know, they're in the store. So I pulled out my camera and I wanted to make sure I documented that. But 4 of the kids got out of the store, but because I said, "Kids, put that down, what you're doing is wrong," the majority of the kids stayed in the store. So what is happening is that these kids, if they do get pushed back and somebody tells them that what they're doing is wrong, they're not going to get involved in this. So that's part of the problem. And the kids that slipped out the door, if we were really saying that and put pressure on, we wouldn't have all these problems. And as I was telling Pat, this is going to lead to something really bad. I don't have a concealed carry, but say that I did, and I came into the store and I see somebody robbing the store because they graduate to that, and they're pushed by the other kids. It's your turn to wind up going and robbing the store. That person could easily be killed, and we've had that in DC. So I think that should be a focus, and that we need to, as you said, change the law. So as Pat wants to have this group come together, I hope that that's something we can all work on, because if we stop that, we will stop future crimes and the insanity. A lot of businesses are going to have to close because they're stealing everything.
Scott, I agree with you, and I talked about the auto theft problem, and another problem that we do have is theft with our young people. You have these group of kids that go in and they steal and they run out the stores, and a lot of and we all pay for theft. The cost is passed on to the consumer. So that is a problem, and that's something that we need to address, and hopefully with a change in the law. And the other thing is that in Baltimore County, I mentioned the Juvenile Offender in Need of Supervision program. We have existing diversionary programs for our kids. Nobody wants to criminalize anybody's kid. That's not the intent of even apprehending the kid. Because we take a police report doesn't mean that we charge them or we forward it to DJS. We basically use the possibility of being able to charge that child, to force them into a diversionary program where we can get them services and get them help and give them mentorship, because quite frankly, in Baltimore County, we have a history, and I participated in it. We mentor these kids, and we give them opportunities, and we show them other things. And unfortunately, in Baltimore County, we've even had kids that have been our joints kids that are now existing police officers with the